Hey everybody, Mr. Regan here, and today we're going to be looking at how we are going to be calculating your grades in science class. And what we're going to talk about here is also going to help us understand not only what grade you'll get by the end of each quarter, but also kind of how grades work, not only in my class, but in other classes when it comes to weighted grades. As you've gone through in my syllabus in a previous class, your grades are going to be broken up into two types of assignments, summatives and formatives, where summatives account for 70% of your grade and formative assignments account for 30% of your grade. And that 70-30 is a weighted grade. And a lot of times students hear that and they've heard it a long time, since sixth grade or so. And they get the idea that these are worth more and these are worth less, but how that affects your final grade is sometimes lost. So let's take a look at how we calculate that. Over here is a grade calculator. If you click on it, it will add a copy to your drive, but the wonderful Google Sheets looks like this. And this Google Sheet will help us to kind of understand how your grade for a quarter, like quarter one, would work. With that, quarter one, how this works would also apply for quarter two, three, and four. So we have our two types of assignments. We have our formative grade calculator, we have our summative grade calculator, and we're imagining that we're looking at PowerSchool. And in PowerSchool, you usually, by the end of a quarter, will have a bunch of different formative assignments and summative assignments. So in here, we have our different types of formative assignments. So we have homework, we have in-class work, and we have amplify. So let's say by the end of the quarter, you have a bunch of homework assignments, we have a few in-class assignments, and then we have a bunch of amplify activities that we do. And you can choose how many of these you want, you can choose how few you want. And from there, each assignment obviously would get a different grade. And in here, you have your different percentages. And yes, these are rough percentages, but you could choose what percentages you think you might get on those assignments, or if you want to put in percentages that you normally got or maybe got last year for each assignment. And as you do this, it's going to do a few things. Number one, it's going to calculate the percentage here, and it's going to give you an average grade. So right now, if you were to add up all of these assignments and divide by the number, it says your average formative grade would be a 69%. And then it has your weighted grade. Your weighted grade is essentially how much all of these are worth, the average of these. And we get this number by taking the formative average grade, which is 69, and multiplying it by 30%, because that's how much it's worth. And you get 20.7. You can then go in and you can do the same for your summatives. So maybe you pick a few tests. Maybe we have a CER write-up. Maybe we have a project or two. And then you can pick the grades you want for each of those assignments. And as you put in the grades, it's going to do the exact same thing down here. It's going to calculate your average grade. So in this case, your average grade here is an 82 for your summatives. And then it's going to calculate your weighted grade for that assignment. So in this case, your weighted grade is 57.75. So the weighted summative grade for the quarter is the average grade multiplied by 70%. So this multiplied by 70% gives you 57.75. Now, when we look at these two weighted grades, these are obviously showing that, yes, formatives are worth more or valued more than summative grades, but your final quarter grade is the sum of your weighted formative grade and your weighted summative grade. So we add those two together, and your final quarter grade would be 78.45. So when you look at these, you can play with the numbers, you can play with the type of assignments, see what sort of things that you'll get. And as you go through this, you can use this calculator to get an idea of what kind of grades you'll get throughout a quarter. Now, when you look in PowerSchool, you're going to see every assignment's out of 100 points. So the percentages, like points, are out of 100. And this calculator hopefully gives us an idea of how you're going to be graded throughout the quarter. If you're somebody who has questions or something doesn't quite make sense, or you want to go over this with me, please shoot me an email or let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in class.